attracted you to the job? How did it come about?
I think fundamentally I've always had an ambition to obviously coach at international level. But you know, my first 2 years at Northampton, I've actually come up here for a couple of days and been in and around the camp on a couple of occasions, and you know, went away. You know, with a good feel about the place. I felt the players was in a good space, you know, all wanting to get better. I think the connection with the players was obviously appealing. They looked like, you know, and this was probably something Gregor said to me when, you know, first speaking to him. It has a club feel at international level, and I think, you know, whatever international side you are, that's pretty much what you're looking for. But you know, I genuinely got a feel of that coming up previously, and yeah, just the opportunity to coach, you know, some of the best players in the world it's not one you pass up on very often.
You'll have watched Scotland, I'm sure, from afar, and as you said, you've been in and around the camp, but watching from the outside up until now, what have you made of this team and this squad, and what do you think they're capable of achieving?
I think there's two, you know, real pluses for the group. I think the average age is a good age. It's coming up to their best years almost, and then secondly, the amount of caps they've consistently played together, so the cohesion amongst the group is, you know, another, you know, strength for what it is. I think it's ironic. I sort of come into a job where, you know, normally when you get a job, it's on the back end of somebody else not doing something so great, but you know, you look across the board statistically, they're in a good space defensively. They're a sound defensive team. So yeah, well, you know, where can we go with it is obviously what's going to be around the corner, and you know, without changing too much, what tweaks can we make to hopefully improve us.
Yeah, from what you're saying there, Steve, obviously come in and really tightened up the Scotland defence. Is it a case of just adding to that rather than kind of reinventing the wheel?
100%, yeah, and I think, you know, honestly, that was one of my first conversations with the group. You know, system-wise, you know, the heart start man, but the starts don't lie. You know, you're very tackle efficient, you're very line break efficient, minimum offloads when you play opposition. You know, there's a couple of other little bits I really want to get after. You know, and hopefully we can, you know, boys have been great. I've only been in 3 days, but the buy-in's been really big. You know, and even speaking to the senior players or the defensive leaders, you know, they was sort of singing from the same hymn sheet as well. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Progress in the Scotland team over the last 10 years has been obvious, and they're able to compete with the top teams in the world. Do you get the sense from the guys now that they're ready to take another step on and put it all together in a championship?
Yeah, you know, I really hope so. I think knocking one or two of those sides off will, you know, be, you know, starting, you know, with the games coming up, you know, the All Blacks game in Argentina. It won't do us any harm knocking those two sides off, that is for sure. But I think they've showed, you know, the last couple of seasons how well they can compete. You know, having a little bit of that killer instinct amongst the big boys is obviously the next step.
In terms of Saturday against the United States, are we likely to see a kind of more experimental team, if you like, guys playing who maybe don't start as often?
Yeah, I think obviously, you know, picking the homegrown players, they're going to get first opportunity. So, and I think that's what it is, a real good first punch at putting a marker down. And you know, these boys are all aware of that, obviously, but yeah, it's going to be a great opportunity for them.
In terms of fitness, is everybody okay, or are there any doubts?
Yeah, no, all good at today. Obviously, Elliot Mills hasn't played over the last couple of weeks, but he's looks like he's going to be there or thereabouts. Yeah, really pleased with that day going.